matchup here, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the New Orleans Saints. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. From his end zone, here's Rashid Shaheed. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Right to the air is Carr. That one complete downfield to Johnson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Carr. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete. The Saints at 2-4 here in the first half of the year. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Now 3rd down and very long. And now Carr changing the formation. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. Now a play fake. Carr. And that will be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. Pulled in at the 24. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Lawrence. A short throw to Ingram. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
And now they'll shift things around. Nice move. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. On 3rd and 1, it's Lawrence. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger gains when he takes off. coach's early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Lawrence. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I don't see more than trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
And this one is right down Broadway. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. A lot of energy in this building tonight, but the opening drive produces 3, maybe quiets them just a bit, at least momentarily.
Just a little, right? That's all you're asking for, right? Things just getting started. You know they haven't taken the momentum totally here, but at the same time, they like what they've done here in the early going.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that have caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well.
There he goes, left side. He's still on his feet. Touchdown, New Orleans. Chris Olave, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Yeah, he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Now Lawrence being chased out left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. When you look at the Saints defense, it's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Following the penalty, they'll go back to the run game. And he's going to be met at about the 43. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw? This is what I call playing the piano for a defense. scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
Now Lawrence on 3rd and long. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Lonnie Johnson picks it. And nothing comes of this last-ditch attempt at points as time will run out on this first half. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that. Charles's defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing his car on 3rd down. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Saints are going to take over here up near the 40. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now after the INT, it's Carr. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Here's Carr to throw. Downfield, and he's got Olave. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, New Orleans. Chris Olave. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And that pushes the lead into 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now Lawrence. A short throw to Ingram. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Obviously, this is not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
And I like like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Lawrence going to throw again. He'll buy some time right. Man open, here's Jones. And he's brought down. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. So from the 37, here's 2nd and 3. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Lonnie Johnson picks it. And the Saints are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Carr now on 1st down. Open man downfield is Johnson. Throw. And it's caught. Touchdown, Saints. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Saints are able to extend their lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Gonzalez to add the PAT. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
13, Luke. Hey, kill. Heavy. Big 13, heavy.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
The Saints take over first and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Hey, we're good, we're good.
On play action, it's Carr. Flushed out right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
694.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. But let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works. Sometimes they're ready for you. And that time, they were on guard. Incomplete.
It's caught on the right side. Williams. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop him before he could get to the marker.
Dennis Allen, he makes the call, and his offense stays put. They're going to go for it. They run. It's Williams. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, he's been the guy already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Lawrence. And his throw is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone. that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Gonzalez good on the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual. And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Lawrence on third down. And that is incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
They're going on fourth down. Lawrence. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Hey, later, 2. 6-18.
Shotgun now for Carr. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Second down and 3. Play action. Now it's Carr. He completes it to Ridley. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Carr going to throw. He's got it. Touchdown. Make it 4 touchdown passes now for Derek Carr. And the Saints are pouring it on. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Jaguars take over first and 10.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
13, Luke. Hey, kill. Here we go.
On second down, here's Lawrence. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Well, the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Now on third down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Fourth down, here's Lawrence. This pass complete to Higgins. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Apparently they weren't interested in playing the field position game. They opt to keep their offense out there. A big mistake in hindsight.
Yeah, that one backfired. In hindsight's always 20/20, but let's call it what it was. We would have first guessed that.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
A loss of 8 brings up second and 18 at the 46-yard line.
On second down, Williams. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a third and long situation coming up. Here's Carr. He's got his target. That's complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a third and 18. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. Snap comes at 1, and it's Carr. And he will find Ridley on the left side. A good pickup there at 22.
Not quite enough to get into the end zone, but what a nice play there. He makes the catch, tries to turn upfield and get to the pylon, but doesn't quite get there. But they're going to be set up with a first and goal from very short range.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up second and goal at the 1-yard line.
Now Carr. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jamal Williams, his 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. And the Saints get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this third quarter of play. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Let's go.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Again, it's Williams. Tackle made by Foley Fadukasi, the former UConn Husky.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback, as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there, because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
A run there on 1st down, and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 66 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Hey, 734.
Carr now on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a